Most people think manipulation is obvious. They imagine a villain, someone loud, aggressive, cruel. And sure, sometimes it looks like that. But if you've ever been manipulated for months or years, you know the truth. The most effective manipulation doesn't feel abusive. It feels confusing, subtle, reasonable. I learned this the hard way, not from books at first, but from watching intelligent, capable people slowly lose confidence in their own judgment. Not because they were weak, but because they were operating without a system. Today, I want to show you how manipulation actually works, not emotionally, structurally. And more importantly, how to recognize it, interrupt it, and redesign your life so it stops working on you at all. This isn't about becoming suspicious of everyone. It's about becoming clear.
Principle number 1. Manipulation attacks perception before behavior. In the 1950s, psychologists ran a now famous experiment. Participants were placed in a room with other people and shown simple visual lines. One line was clearly longer than the others. The task was simple: say which line matched the reference. But here was the twist. Everyone else in the room was instructed to give the wrong answer. And something strange happened. Even when the correct answer was obvious, many participants changed their answer. Not because they didn't see the truth, but because their confidence in what they saw began to erode. This experiment became a cornerstone of social psychology, not because people lied, but because they doubted themselves. And here's the point. Manipulation doesn't start by controlling what you do. It starts by destabilizing what you trust. Gaslighting works this way, not by saying you're wrong, but by saying, are you sure? Over time, certainty dissolves, and when perception weakens, behavior follows. In cognitive psychology, this is about epistemic authority. Who gets to define reality? Here's the rule. If someone repeatedly reframes your memory, questions your intentions, or insists on their version of events over verifiable facts, they are competing for control of perception. So you design a counter system. 1. Externalize reality. Write things down. Facts, dates, outcomes. 2. Separate feeling from evidence. Feeling confused is data, not proof. 3. Refuse real-time redefinition. I'll think about that and get back to you. Think of one relationship where you often leave conversations feeling foggy, not angry, not sad, just unsure. That's your signal. Clarity is the antidote.
Principle number 2. Guilt is the lever of compliant people. In medieval monasteries, silence wasn't spiritual at first. It was structural. Silence created obedience. It removed feedback loops. It made authority unquestionable. Fast forward to modern life, the silent treatment works the same way. Not yelling, not arguing, withdrawing. The message isn't spoken, but it's loud. You are unsafe until you fix this. And here's the point. Guilt tripping and silent treatment aren't emotional reactions. They're behavioral conditioning. You're being trained, like an animal avoiding an electric fence. Not consciously, systematically. Behavioral psychology calls this negative reinforcement. Remove pain when compliance appears. To break it, 1. Do not rush to restore harmony. That rewards the tactic. 2. Name the pattern calmly. I notice communication stops when we disagree. 3. Detach repair from submission. Repair requires mutual participation. Ask yourself, do you apologize to end discomfort or because you actually did something wrong? That difference matters. This isn't weakness, it's biology. Humans evolved in small groups. Exclusion meant death. So your nervous system treats social withdrawal as danger. Your cortisol spikes, your thinking narrows. Manipulators exploit this ancient circuitry. Once you see that, shame disappears, strategy appears.
Principle number 3. Love bombing creates debt, not intimacy. Cults don't recruit with ideology first. They recruit with belonging. Excessive praise, immediate closeness, promises of meaning. The hook isn't belief, it's relief. Love bombing isn't affection, it's acceleration. And real trust doesn't need speed. Healthy systems move in phases. 1. Consistency before intensity. 2. Time before commitment. 3. Boundaries before vulnerability. If someone rushes past these stages, slow the system. Notice who pressures closeness. Pressure is information. Principle number 4. Triangulation fractures reality. In dysfunctional organizations, leaders rarely confront directly. They pass messages through intermediaries. Conflict multiplies, accountability disappears. Triangulation isn't communication, it's diffusion. Refuse triangles. 1. Speak directly. 2. Decline second-hand narratives. 3. Bring conversations into the open. If someone says, others think, ask, who specifically? Clarity collapses manipulation. Effort fails where systems are absent. Surgeons don't rely on memory, they use checklists, because expertise doesn't eliminate error, systems do. Manipulation succeeds when you rely on moment-by-moment judgment. It fails when rules replace decisions. Create personal policies. I don't resolve conflict while emotional. I don't explain myself more than once. I don't trade clarity for peace. Write 3 rules. Live by them.
You don't become immune to manipulation by resisting it, but by outgrowing it. Monks don't fight temptation, they redesign environments. Discipline is not force, it's structure. Motivation doesn't drive repetition, repetition drives motivation. Over time, your nervous system stops reacting, not because you're tougher, but because your life is designed. You become the person who trusts their perception, requires clarity, moves slowly, designs boundaries, doesn't negotiate with confusion. Not defensive, grounded. Don't try to fix every relationship today. Design one rule that protects your clarity tomorrow. That's how change actually happens. If this resonated, subscribe for more conversations like this. Not louder, just clearer. I'll see you next time.